Alright guys, so what I have here now, this is the Otterbox Defender Series for the new iPad and the iPad2. This runs for about, I'm just going to get started with price. This runs for about, retail price for about $89.99. Although I did get it off of Amazon for a little cheaper. I'll leave all the links down below so you guys can get more detail on prices and everything. Let's just get right into the unboxing. This is actually my iPad, the new iPad. It's in the little Fenty leather case that I've had since I got the iPad, and I just felt like changing and getting a new case and something that would protect my iPad more than just a leather case. So anyway, let's get into the unboxing. This opens up just like any other Otterbox case. Nothing else is in there, it's just the actual case here. Gives you instructions on how to install, but I don't need that because I already know how to use it since I own Otterbox cases for my iPhone 4. So I'll put it to the side, and then as you can see here, the first thing I did notice, it is very bulky compared to the feeling of just the Fenty case. As you can see here, it's really slim compared to this. This makes it huge, but I like the fact that it defends. It protects everything, including the front screen. So as you can see here, this is the front of the actual package of the actual case. I'm sorry, but it is protected by this screen right here. It's like a little, it's actually a stand, but it also works to protect the screen, which is cool. It has a little logo here, so you know which is top and then which is top and which is bottom, I guess. They have these little rubber silicone grips here so that it doesn't slide if you use it as a stand. I'll show you after. You have your Apple logo that would be exposed. Then you have your Otterbox logo here, and this does have a protective glass over it to protect the back of your iPad. Now on this side you have the opening for the camera hole. It is exposed completely. There is no type of glass or anything like that, which is actually good. I actually prefer it that way. That way, I don't know, like if you get any type of glass on here, it won't affect any pictures that you take. What else? Okay, on the top you have this. I guess this is for like the microphone, to access any type of microphone if you want to talk into it. On the top you have your sleep button, and then on this side you have the 3.5mm jack. It's actually protected by this little silicone rubber thing, and then if you're not using it, you can just cover it and to avoid any type of dust or debris to get in there. Now on the bottom you have the same exact way that any other Otterbox for the iPhones would, for the 30 pin dot connector. And then you can close it, same exact thing. No debris or dust will get in there. And then you have this huge thing up here for the speaker, which will actually let you listen clearly, and it would be exposed. What else? And then on the sides over here you have your volume control and your silent lock, or whatever you use it this actual button for. I use it for silent, and that's pretty much it. I don't use it for lock rotation or anything like that. And all the ports are protected. The only things that aren't protected are, like I said before, are the camera and the volume control here. I mean the volume port, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so now let's take this front part off. This front part cuts off like this, and as you can see, it is a stand. It has a little thing right here that can put your iPad in an angle, but I'll get into that afterwards. I'm going to put it to the side and get to the case. Now if you look, it has a protective case, protective plastic over this that will protect your iPad. You have your home button here, and then you have your camera hole right here that's exposed for the camera, which is cool. So you know what, let me just get right to it. I'm going to install this. There's two layers. There's a silicone layer, and then there's the hard part, the hard plastic part. So in order to install this, you need to take off the silicone, which is a little, it's not the easiest type of case to actually be able to install. It is a pain, but once it's on, there's really no need for you to take it apart. It is giving me a little bit of a hard time, but I will get it. There you go. Alright, so the silicone part is off. As you can see here, there's the silicone part. I'll put that to the side. And then you have the hard casing. And the back, as you can see, hard. And then it has these things on the side right here that you can just pull. It has these arrows that point in the direction where you want to pull in order to open. I think there's 3 on this side and 3 on this side. Now this is a pain in the butt, but I think it's worth it since it does protect your iPad. Now I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over and over again, but I'm just trying to make talk while I do this. I'm trying to make talk. What am I saying? I'm trying to make conversation while I do this. Alright, so let me take my iPad out of the leather case and let me give this a wipe. Make sure you take any type of dust or anything on the back of your iPad, because you're going to put it in this new case and it will be in there for a while, so or whatever, as long as you really want it. Just make sure you take out any type of debris. Now do remember that since the front part of this case has a plastic, you might want to clean your screen as much as possible and make sure it's, use a microfiber and just pass through it like this. Make sure there's no dust or debris, and then go ahead and start the installation. Now in the back there's this little like foam, silicone foam type of thing. It's like a soft thing, so I guess so that when the back of your iPad lays on it, it doesn't scratch it up, which is cool. I actually appreciate that. I'm taking it. Okay, so as you can see here, it places, you just place it right in there. It fits perfectly. Let me wipe it down one more time. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and install the front piece. Try not to touch the back of it, because you don't want to get fingerprints. If you touch the front, it's fine, because you could always clean it after the installation is done. So as soon as you hear these clicking sounds, boom, 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 now you know that your iPad is completely installed in the hard part, in the hard casing. Okay, and now let's install the silicone. The installation is actually a lot easier than to actually take it apart. So putting it back together is a lot simpler. You just press down like this on the sides, and then that's pretty much it. Make sure the home button goes in there. Alright, so installation is complete. As you can see here, like I said before, the Apple logo is protected by this screen film that comes with the Otterbox case, so you don't have to worry about scratching the back Apple logo or even the back of your iPad that's exposed. Although I don't like the fact that the camera is exposed and there's no protection, it doesn't really bother me that much, because it's really deep in there. Like, you would really have to have like something pointy or like something to penetrate in there. I just don't think that's possible. Like, what would you be doing with your iPad for that to happen, really? And the front's completely protected, so if I use if I press the home button, it is responsive, and it is responsive even with that protective screen or that protective film on there. Let me just give this a good wipe. So since I do have the white iPad, you can see like the white accents around it, which isn't that bad. I don't mind it too much, but it is responsive, guys. Let's see, it responds just like it's supposed to. Let's open up Cydia just so you can see, and then like you use multi-gestures to close it, and it works perfectly. It does give you response. It feels a lot different. It feels a lot different, like from the way the screen feels. So I don't know. I guess I have to get used to that, but the way the screen feels on the iPad is just smooth, and like you can just run your finger through it, and it doesn't like give you a drag. Here it feels like it gives you a drag, but I don't really care because it's protecting the screen as it is, so I don't really mind it. And then here you go with this. Now this casing, this is actually used for two things: as a stand and as a protection for the front screen when you're done with your iPad. You can do it two ways. You can either place it like this. Now placing it like this would work. Let me show you in my direction. Okay, this would actually help to type if you want to put your iPad down and you can type. It seems like it's a perfect angle for that. Or you can turn it on this side and have if you want to watch a movie or something. It gives you, I think it's like a 45-degree angle maybe. It's not a 90. 90 would be up here, so it's like a 45, maybe less. But this would be a better angle if you're gonna watch a movie or something. And you could still type, it's the same thing. But yeah. And not only can you do it for horizontal, but you could also do it vertically. You can this way, where it stands straight up, almost at a 90-degree angle, not exact, but almost. And then pretty much when you're done, after you're done using the stand, you just flatten this piece out like this, and then you can use this to either put the iPad facing up, and you hear clicks. Once you hear the clicks, you know that it's in there. And it does make it a lot bulkier, and it does add a lot more weight on there. Not the stand, but just like the entire case is actually a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be. But it does protect your iPad completely, so like if you drop it or anything happens to it, like it is protected. And one other cool feature about this cover/stand is that if you have when you have the cover the iPad automatically, this does work. It has magnets on this side and on this side. So if I do this, you automatically hear it and it turns off, it locks, so you don't have to worry about any battery draining or anything like that. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. I made this a long video, but I showed you how to install it and exactly what comes with it and how it works. So I'm actually pretty happy with it so far. And yeah, if you have any questions, I'm going to leave all the details down below. If you're interested in buying it, I'll leave links, and you can get more information on this case and all the other Otterbox cases that they offer. Alright, guys, and then that's pretty much it. So if you have any questions, you know exactly what to do, guys. Peace. Well, guys, like always, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can leave them down below in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, and you can add me on Facebook or you can follow me on Twitter. Until next video, guys, peace.